Part 3, Shasta Expedition. Day 3. This is July 18th. I, get up, have breakfast, coffee. Again, it's such a beautiful place, but now the vibe is not good. I do get work done that day. I get some concept art done. I start exploring a little bit. I do go over to the edge of the meadow around the creek bed. I don't go up into the meadow. It's very large with it's one large like a spring, a seepage. There's an area adjacent to it I'll end up calling the thicket. Don't go near it. A lot of tracks going in and out. That evening, the day goes on, by the way, uneventful. That evening, I decided to sit by the meadow and see if I can photograph something coming out, see if it's going to do the same thing, the yell bark thing. It's getting dark, I get spooked, I don't stay there. I'm gonna head back towards my truck and camp, but I decided to walk on up the road and, just to see what would happen back towards the area of the camp where that big track was found. I'm a big guy, but I can move very quietly. And it is quiet as well as I head back up on the road. I'm probably, 50 yards from my truck probably. And opposite the road, going up the other way above me, the hillside gets pretty steep. It's all tree covered. I spooked and jumped something 30 or 40 feet above me in the trees, but I can't see what it is. But it is loud, it is big, and it charges up the hill. Rocks and dirt tumble down through the trees to my feet at the road. Again, this is all happening in seconds. It stops, 100, 200 feet above me, 100 feet, I don't know. And it screams and yells and barks at me. And I got hair standing up all over me, guys. Now, you guys can believe me or not, but this happened. And it was scary as hell. I looked back down at my truck. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit emotional. It was scary as shit. Friends of mine in LA had me record all this while it was still really fresh, and as you can tell, it's still really fresh. I start moving back down towards my truck, and it parallels me along the ridge line, and it screams and yells and barks down at me. It does this 4, 5, 6 times. I get back to my camp. It's breaking and snapping and tearing up stuff and brush and branches as it parallels me up there. And it continues doing that for another 30 minutes before it finally quiets down. I am just stunned. I know my animals, right? I even double check my sounds when I get back to civilization. It's not a feline. It's not a wolf. Bears don't do that. Deers don't do that. Pigs don't do that. I'm not finding animal signs of any kind anywhere near where I'm at, except for what I now think this is, and I think this is a Bigfoot. I sleep in the front of my truck again, and I leave the next morning. I go down to LA for the month of August working on the project. Fantastic project. I'm not going to name names in this video. I've talked about it on social media. I'm still working on the project. And but as you can think, part of my mind, half my mind is trying to process what happened to me. Leslie suggests I go back through my animal voices, to see if it sounds like anything that might be up there, and I do. I know there are animal vocalizations. Having spent years reading about Bigfoot and having a bookshelf full of books and going across the YouTube channels, which I'll talk about here in a little bit, so-called recorded vocalizations. Well, the only thing in nature that I could find that sounded like this thing was a great ape. Supposedly, some of the theories about this thing is that it is Gigantopithecus, which is a survivor. Fossil remnants from a few 100,000 years ago. Some hikers walking by. It stood 8 to 10, 12 feet tall, and looked like Bigfoot. Conical head. I'm stunned then as I am now. I'm still processing what happened. I'm going to be coming back north after the end of the project, beginning of September, and I've decided to go back up there and try to spend a week there before I come on up here to Seattle. That'll be part 4, which I'm going to start in a few minutes. When in LA, I have some close friend who introduces me to a producer friend who brings me into a studio, and we film me talking about the July incidents. Now, by the end of August, when I'm in LA and we do the recordings, I'm trying to think, what do I do? It's a life changer for me. I felt compelled to go back up there, as scary as it is. Everyone's told me they'd have left that first night, but I'm stubborn, crazy, I guess, and I don't scare easy. But I got to tell you, that last night was just, well, hell, the whole 3 days was scary. But I don't know. I guess I'm stupid. So do I do a series of me going up there and filming? Do we make a documentary film? Do I forget about all of it? Above all else, I will not tell where this place is, and names. So these things are running through our minds as I leave LA. It's a long drive from LA back up to Redding. I did it in about 8 hours. A lot of thinking. So I get supplies, enough for a week. A close friend, another artist friend of mine. And those of you who don't know who I am, who are watching this channel for the first time, these videos, I'm a professional illustrator, artist, writer. Jeff Sturgeon, website, jeffsturgeon.com. You can Google me. But I'm going to have an artist friend meet me up there for a couple of days. But for the first 4 days, I'm going to be up there by myself. So I'm ready, get my supplies, and I'm ready to go. And I'm going to stop this video and go on to video number 5, part 5, Shasta Expedition.